Good afternoon, Miss Cheryl and my fellow classmates. Okay, today my COM4224 public opinion presentation will be based on the enforced disappearance of Pastor Raymond Koh. Okay, I will divide this presentation into two parts. The first part of my presentation, I'll be talking about the background of the case, what people have said, what has been covered in the media, and the second part of my presentation will be based on my opinion leader, whom I interviewed a month ago. So okay, let's start about Pastor Raymond Koh. It all started way back in 2011. Okay, during a Thanksgiving dinner in Damansara Utama Methodist Church, which is in Petaling Jaya. There was a Thanksgiving dinner held. Pastor Raymond Koh has an NGO called Harapan Community, where he organizes a dinner for the poor and underprivileged families in the Damansara, Kuala Lumpur. So during this dinner, the police raided the place under the suspicion that someone called and said that he was proselytizing Muslims. That means basically, in simple terms, it means he was trying to convert Muslims during the dinner, when they were having this Thanksgiving dinner. So ever since 2011, Pastor Raymond Koh has been under surveillance by the special branch of the Royal Malaysian Police. So, and everyone knows that he's been under constant monitoring and surveillance, and they've been trying to take action, but nothing has gone. So it's only up to February 13, 2017 that on one morning in broad daylight, he was going to his friend's house in his Honda Accord, and then 3 black SUVs abducted him in 45 seconds. It was a swift operation, and you can say that it was a coordinated, planned kidnapping. Because no way that anyone doesn't plan to kidnap someone within 45 seconds. It has to be planned. There would have been many months. As you can see, 6 years passed since the time he was first put under surveillance to the time he was kidnapped. And after it kidnapped, it became a big issue only among the Christian community living in the Klang Valley, because he is from the Klang Valley. And the coverage of the media has been very poor on it. Okay, my main source of reference for this public opinion presentation is based on this book, where is Pastor Raymond Koh, written by Stephen Ng and Lee Hua Bang. The two authors in this book, they are experienced authors. They have no interest with Pastor Raymond Koh, and all the profits are being channeled into a trust, which will be used to help raise funds to help search Pastor Raymond Koh and to help support his family. Pastor Raymond Koh has a wife and 3 children, and so he's like kind of the sole breadwinner of the family. And so the trust fund, whatever profits that is sold from this book, will be given to him. And what does this mean for our society? Just think about it. He was abducted. The coverage of the media has been poor, and this book is so difficult to get. You can only get this book in basically in upper class communities, basically in Kuala Lumpur, Klang Valley. You can't find this in somewhere as rural areas. Basically, like can't find this in Perlis, Kelantan, Terengganu, or all the areas where there are population of urban areas. Okay, so let's see what the 5 opinion leaders have said about her. Datuk Ambiga Srinivasan, which is the former president of the Bar Council, said that if he has done anything illegal, you should first take him to court. I mean, in the sense that she felt that the police shouldn't have abducted him. Okay, because SUAKAM carried out a public inquiry on Pastor Raymond Koh, and just 7-8 months ago, they came to a verdict and said that he was they concluded, okay, SUAKAM basically is the Suruhanjaya Hak Asasi Malaysia, which is the Human Rights Commission of Malaysia, and they carried out a public inquiry which lasted months. And this thing, you can find the documents and the appendix all in the appendix of this book. And yeah, it was a very detailed inquiry. But 16 witnesses were called to testify, and after a detailed investigation, SUAKAM came to the conclusion that this was a forced abduction of Pastor Raymond Koh. Okay, that means there must have been government agents involved in this abduction. However, the Prime Minister came the next 2 days later, which is Tun Dr. Mahathir. He came and told 2 days later, after SUAKAM carried out the public inquiry, and said that whatever carried out by SUAKAM is hearsay evidence. That means it's not concrete, it is not proven. So imagine 2 conflicting statements coming out from 2 people. How will the public trust? What will happen to public opinion in this case? It will swing to both ends, correct? Not based on what Hadley Cantrell's law on public opinion. I mean, public opinion can swing to 2 extreme lengths, and it's highly sensitive to important events. And as you can see, throughout the 2 years, 2017 to 2019, when the inquiry was finished, our government has changed. The election has come. But still, there's been no difference. There's been no change in the outcome of the case. Till today, and then recently, it's been 1,000 days. Just last week, the trust fund, they carried out a dinner in his memorial and in his memory, 1,000 days in remembrance of Pastor Raymond's disappearance. So what his wife had to say, his wife is Susanna Liu, she said that the question that after 1,000 days of investigation, what has the police come up with? She just said one word, nothing. And that basically sums up the whole thing. It has been just like a wild goose chase. There's been no conclusive evidence. There's nothing has been found. And it's all been a huge cover-up. The way the media has been covering these issues in the papers, in the TVs. And as I told you earlier, this book is very hard to find. So why is it so, information that is so valuable, is so hard to find, when the media doesn't want to put this thing? So it's, when I interview my opinion leader, okay, my second part of the presentation is my opinion leader. My opinion leader is Reverend Dr. Stephen Abraham. He is the Director of Education in Seminary Theology Malaysia. Okay, this Seminary Theology Malaysia basically educates pastors. So anything that happens within the Christian community in Malaysia, he would know. And during the interview, it was a 1 hour long interview. That's why you can see I need to present longer, because I need to tell you what all he revealed to me during this interview. But I'll just sum it up in a few points. Okay, first he compared. On 13 February 2017, it was a very, I can say, is a landmark date, because two important events happened that day. One was Pastor Raymond's abduction. The other was the murder of the half-brother of Kim Jong-un, which is Kim Jong-nam. He was murdered in KLIA. And so these two important events happened on the same day. So could you imagine that the police managed to solve the murder of Kim Jong-nam within 1 or 2 weeks. But after 1,000 days, the police has not discovered Pastor Raymond Koh. So this raises a lot of questions, a lot of dilemmas. And so he said, what is their priority? To take care of international relations or our society, our own people? It becomes a conflict of interest. It seems that Malaysia is more interested in protecting the interests of our international relations rather than its own people, as proven by these two incidents. And then he told me, based on his experience of working with, since he's also quite close to them, according to my opinion leader, he received a text about 1 hour after Pastor Raymond Koh was abducted. And so he told me that Pastor Raymond Koh was very close to him, and he was always in touch with him, and since both of them are involved in helping the poor and underprivileged families. So he told me that this was definitely planned, it was coordinated, and it's been a huge cover-up. He told me there are three things which you cannot talk about in this country. One is race, second is religion, third is the language. If you ever touch on these three religions in this country, something will happen to you. That was what my opinion leader said. So he told me, in his place where he came from, and he used to help the underprivileged communities, he even predicted that in the future, if government institutions refuse to protect opinion leaders like Pastor Raymond Koh is an opinion leader basically because he preaches to a congregation of about 500 people every Sunday in his church. Okay? So he has the ability to influence people, to talk to people, which is why when the police received investigation and reports that he was trying to convert Muslims, they put him under monitoring and surveillance. Okay, so this is like a very sensitive topic. And yeah, the last thing he told me, he predicted the birth of vigilante gangs. He said if government institutions can't protect our society, what will happen in the future? The birth of vigilante. Do you all know what's the meaning of vigilante gangs? Basically, people take actions into their own hands. It's no longer the police or you hope for government to come and help you, but people rise up. It's like basically like NLP, something like the Joker. Okay, you take action to your own hands because government institutions which are set up refuse to help you. So he said in the future it is possible that vigilante gangs will rise if issues like this are not curbed. Okay, and the international ramification of this on the democratic society. Think about it. Malaysia has not ratified a UN declaration for the protection of people from the enforced disappearance. So this is like an international agreement which a lot of countries have signed it and ratified it, but Malaysia has not ratified this particular document, which is very important, which really shows that there is a huge cover-up within our government and a refusal to reveal the truth, to be fair, to be transparent, to protect the justice and equality of the people in this country. That's why public opinion, the court of public opinion is so important. Okay, because we have so many people working for Pastor Raymond Koh. There are a lot of NGOs, there are a lot of people raising funds for him, there are a lot of people trying to search. And thanks to the court of public opinion, this issue still remains relevant today. Thank you.